31, Brandon.
So we will continue and you can join when he's here. So, Anna, if you would call roll, please.
Silver,
Yes. Here.
Klein, Comet,
Here.
Charnas,
Here.
Vincent,
Present.
Perry,
Here.
Duber.
I am here. Tony Farino's here. He's the branch manager of the Cuyahoga County Public Library Orange Branch. And I think you had some things you wanted to mention to council.
Yeah. Man, it's been almost a year since I've talked to you. Not almost a year since I've talked to you guys, but it's been a while. So I just wanted to kind of make an appearance and say, hey. So the library is still here. I just wanted to remind people we're doing our thing as best we can during this variant. So we're back to requiring customers to wear masks. But we've got the meeting rooms open for community groups. So those are open, no restrictions. People they can bring drinks in this time around and eat snacks at the library. So we're basically doing everything except for our really big in-person programs. We're doing all the social distancing. So we're trying to maintain all of our services through the variant, and we're kind of playing everything by ear to see how it goes for the winter, to see if we're going to have some bigger programs. But yeah, so we've been doing take and makes for those who aren't comfortable coming in to the branch, whether that's adults or kids, so they can pick up craft kits at the library and then take them home and work on those at home. We have virtual programs where people can attend STEAM programs virtually, and they can pick up really nice kits that our information technology and literacy department puts together, and actually follow along and do a cool STEAM program online. So we're trying to offer the best of both worlds to accommodate anyone who's not comfortable coming into the library. So we've got drive-through, and Anna actually inquired this afternoon. We're giving away the Binax Now COVID test kits. So pretty much we've been getting in 2 cases probably every 3 to 4 days, and we blow through those in a day or 2, kind of depending on the state of who's getting COVID during sports, because then parents come in and they take 6 or 7 for the whole family. So I know we're going to be getting many more cases from what I've seen at other libraries. So probably at least 400 or 500 at a time. So we don't limit them, but we're trying not to give people 25 at a time, so they're not hoarding them, and we're getting those in the hands of people that need them. So that's one of our really cool new services, and really not doing too much new other than we're trying to offer more services to people who aren't coming into the library, so they can actually read the
Tony, are you still doing passport services?
Yes, we're doing passports, and last go around we weren't doing photos, but we're still doing the photos too. They're taking a while just because the passport National Passport Agency was so blown away once we started doing them again. So it's taken a good even 4 months if people expedite those. We've pretty much gone back to everything. Just basically our programs are limited to 10 people. We're doing our thing, and hopefully it gets better after the winter so we can get back to normal here. So if anyone has any questions about anything else, let me know.
Tony, I just want to thank you. Our family has personally used the private study rooms, and your staff has been incredibly accommodating. And I just want to say thank you to you and your staff for that. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tony,
Yes.
I was going to talk about this same thing in my comments. Can you just repeat that our residents need to call you before they come in for the COVID tests?
They don't. I just told Anna to give a ring just because I've been out on parental leave. So they can come in they just have to go through the drive-through to pick them up, but they don't have to call ahead or anything. But it's a good idea to call ahead to see if we actually have them on hand since they're so in demand.
And those are at-home tests?
Yes, it's like a simple swab. And if it's for your peace of mind, you don't have to do anything goofy. But if you do have to have it to travel or to go back to work, you just have to leave it all intact, unopened, and then go through an app. And there's like kind of like an online proctor that watches you go through it so that they can certify the test results.
If you just do it at home to, assuage your anxiety, how long does it take to get the results?
You swab, you kind of put the little swab in there, and then I think it takes 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, super fast.
And super accurate?
I would not say that. No, I know if it's a positive, there's a good chance it's a positive, but even if it gives you a negative, it's not like a definitive.
My grandson had a positive on those.
Yeah, I believe it.
Does anybody else have any questions? All right. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to join our meeting and all the good information. And
Enjoy your new baby.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks all for having me.
Thank you.
all right. So moving on, make a motion to approve the treasurer's report fiscal year 2021, through June and July 21. Is there a second? Thank you. Dana? Hey, you're muted. You.
Is that on?
Sorry, I clicked it. It didn't work. Good evening, everybody. So we have 2 months to go over. So the first is June. Our cash account balance was $9,674,919.10. Our June revenues for all funds was $895,392.06. Our June expenses for all funds was $600,108.53. We're at 50% of the year, so you'll have all funds shown in your detailed line item report. Our total revenues through the June 30th, we're at 53 for the general fund, 53%. So just over our halfway mark, we're looking within the realm. For our expenditures, we just have a couple line items that were, again, they're timing issues where we've paid an annual. For example, in the finance department, 7020 finance operating expenses was at 62.5%, and that's because of the annual income tax sharing payment. So it's a one-time payment. You actually have all funds, so this quarter, so this is like the second time this year, and you'll see certain things. I've given you examples. It's like an annual software support. Fund 210 is the TIF for the Chagrin Highlands South, and our revenue was higher than what we originally budgeted because the valuation had increased. So when we had done the budget last year, we didn't have the full value of the parcels in there. And the Corona had the grant funds, and other than that, it was pretty much just timing differences for June. Do you want me to go through July as well?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. So July, the cash account summary, we had $9,947,093.05 in our bank account. Our July revenue for all funds was $1,217,219.71. And our July expenses for all funds was $945,045.76. Just wanted to point out that in the Fund 299, the Coronavirus Fund, which has a typo in the virus, had collected the $172,315.49. That was the American Rescue Plan. And at the last council meeting, we set up the new fund, so that will be reallocated to the new fund now that it's been set up. And the debt service fund shows the July expenditures were the OWDA and Ohio Public Work loan payments that were made. So in July, you have just the general fund reporting. We're at 58% of the year. We have 64% of our budgeted revenues collected so far, and 53% of our budgeted expenditures have been spent. That's pretty much all I have.
Do you have any questions for Dana? Okay. Anna, if you'd call roll, please.
Oh, shoot, I hit something. Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Comet,
Yes.
Charnis,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. Moving on to the, I'll make a motion to approve the tax administrator's report for June, July 21. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you. And Dana?
Okay, so first you have the June and July, we had really good collections for both months. So in June, we collected, gross collections were $725,149.01, which is about $406,000 higher than the June of last year. Year to date, we are almost $500,000 higher than where we were year to date last year. Keeping in mind, we had the COVID, there was just a lot of different world last year. So it's kind of a little wonky comparison. In July, gross tax collections for July were $686,467.18. And that's about $237,000 higher than July of 2020. So our year to date is higher by $736,477.94. I do know our August is kind of back down to a little bit of normal, a little bit that'll bring that year to date number down, but we're still ahead of where we were collection wise compared to 2020. If you look at the income tax monthly analysis, you'll see like January through May, we were relatively comparable between 2019, 2020, and 2021. And then you'll see June and July, you'll see where we kind of jump up and down between 2019, 2020, and 2021. And that's kind of pretty much just showing you the COVID impact of what we had. And we're kind of in line with where we were 2 years ago. So we're kind of tracking it kind of that way. And then if you look at the 2021 gross tax collections, you know, you'll see for each month of the collections, how they compare to even the COVID year, but also looking at how we were compared to 2019.
All right. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Yada, yada. All right. Thank you, Dana. Anna, if
Thank you.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Comet,
Yes.
Charnis,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. Moving to the discussion of bills to be paid in the month of September, the amount of $310,408.67, and additional August expenses in the amount of $7,221,851.77.
Obviously, we had our 5,200,000+ transaction take place during that month.
Anybody have questions? Okay. Audience comments relating to matters which, relating to agenda items only. Anyone? Nope. Full business, ordinance 2021-15, and ordinance approving the subdivision plat for phase 7 of the Lakes of Orange development. It's up for second reading. It was referred to planning. Did it already go to planning?
No,
No, there was no meeting last night. due to the holiday, so.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Go
so
before you see it again.
No change. All right. I assume nobody has any comments on that. Okay, no new business, no audience, mayor comments.
Branch chipping is this Monday, last one for the year. Have your branches out before 7 a.m., butt ends to the street. Saturday, September 11th is the 20th anniversary of September 11th. It's Patriots' Day. We will take a moment to remember all those who have lost a loved one to this tragedy and to honor all the brave men and women who served to help save us. And again, I wish all the people who observe a very happy holiday week. That's all. Oh, wait, the most important thing of all. Cat's Construction has put in writing that they will start tomorrow to come back to do the punch list items. It says September 9th, Bob. And they'll come back and do the punch list items from all the what we've been working on for years. And they will get back to Orangewood and do that construction starting on October 4th. The construction in Orangewood will commence, and it will be a race to the weather to see which happens first, the weather or the trail gets done. Bob, do you have anything to add to that?
Actually, they came in and they started today, so they're already in advance of the punch list items. So they backed up the trail on Brainerd Road and they were seeding and strawing today. So just to let everybody know, though, there will be a response back from the village engineer to try and look at some different opportunities, you know, how we can move forward and try and get some kind of finalized date when they anticipate it will be done.
And also,
Just on that, Mayor, if you don't mind, did we ever, was there anything about?
the contract,
Yes,
you looked that up. Well, I asked you, you had the answer. What was it?
who's you?
Remember? Bob, Steve, somebody knew the answer to that question the day after last week's meeting.
You're talking about the time limit?
Yeah,
Yeah, we did not have a nailed down time limit when we engaged them for additional work. So we're way past what was required for our initial engagement, but because they had additional work, they have a reasonable period of time to finish that. So there's not a hard nail down. They've given us the commitment, and I would say that's the most important thing, is we now have a time frame for completion.
and we're hearing stories of contractors walking off of other jobs all over, right, Bob Zugan?
Yes, actually, Katz just went into South Euclid and asked to do a project that's supposed to be completed this year and push it to next year. And to add on to what Steve said, Brian informed us too, one of the reasons about not having a final date, because we did not have a finalized, a final number for this, because in reference, we were paying part of it out of the 5 million and the rest was coming out of the infrastructure. So it was hard to have a concrete solid change order number to apply, since we did not know what the final numbers were as well.
Any other questions on that? And the
Madam-
final item is our new bathroom in the park looks spectacular. It looks brand new, like nothing ever happened. I think Bob is getting the last finishing touches together and we will have an opening soon.
The plan is hopefully by this weekend. We had a couple punch list items. They've addressed everything except we were having issues with locking system, and actually that part came in today. It will be put in tomorrow and tested. So hopefully towards the end of this week, we just want to make sure that it's open and closed on schedule, since the park's open obviously from dawn to dusk.
All right.
That's
Mayor,
all. Thank
I have
you.
an unrelated question, and I know it's early. I'm just wondering if any thought's been given to trick or treating this year in Orange Village.
Well, that's a good question. I think did we put it in the newsletter that is 6:30 to 8:30 on a 6? Did we put it in or no?
We put it in at 6 to 8
on the October
on
31st.
October 31st.
Anything above, beyond, different than that has not been on our radar screen yet.
You plan on doing the parade like you did last year?
No, we haven't planned on doing that yet. Do you think the kids can go trick or treating, parents? Can the kids go trick or treating or no?
Yeah, we did last year.
We honestly haven't thought about Plan B.
They're going back to school
Well,
unless
you
they.
did both. Last year was both. There was trick or treating last year and you had the
I
parade.
didn't think many people went trick or treating last
It
year.
was quieter than normal, but there were a decent amount.
Is somebody saying that we should do it?
Not
just
saying you
wondering.
should or shouldn't. I was just asking the question.
Well, okay.
People did love the fire trucks last year.
I know. Maybe we'll do something similar for another event. Okay, I don't know. No, I personally haven't been in the party mood, so I'm not thinking about all these events, but okay.
All right. I
We
don't think
do-
I have any comments. So Mrs. Perry,
I have no comments.
Mr. Silver,
Orange for the Holidays is progressing nicely. We had a call with Jesse from Stacy, and I had a call with Jesse from Pinecrest last week. We're looking at somewhere in the 40s, the number of participants this year. I believe we have 7 sponsors as well. Our next call with that is next Thursday, and I think Stacy, we said that's kind of the deadline for getting them in is around then, so we should be wrapping this up pretty soon. This is about when we started last year, so we're in much better shape than we were last year. One thing I wanted to share, I had a little feel-good story. I wanted to share something that happened yesterday. I was on a bike ride with my son yesterday during the day, and we were riding on the trails on Emory Road between Lander and Brainerd, and there's a house on the north side of Emory, so it has the trail going through it. And some of you may have seen this already. They have a little vegetable garden at the front of their yard, right against the trail. They're growing squash and zucchinis, and they have a sign up saying, "Please take what you want." And they had a bowl of tomatoes out yesterday as well. And I just thought that was really nice, and it just put a smile on my face. And I wanted to share that. I looked it up. I don't know these people, but I believe it's Carl Booker and Carla Nazelli live there, if anyone happens to know them.
I do.
She's a teacher in the school. She
Oh, is that
teaches-
right?
Is?
Okay,
Her
Carla.
mother used to be a trustee in Chagrin Falls Township,
okay.
and they were adamantly opposed to the water.
I just thought it was really cool. They have some squash and zucchini, and then a bowl of tomatoes, and I just thought that was a really neat thing. So I wanted to.
Very small town Americana.
Exactly. Wanted to give them some recognition and make everyone aware of that. So that is all that I had.
all right, thank you. Mr. Comment,
And no comments.
Jarnes,
So I know it was probably talked about last week. I wasn't here. But I do want to reiterate the Orange Woodmere Sidewalk Connection opening. Brandon, I still have your pen and pencil set for you. That was handed from council president to council president. So I will get that to you, but
You should have been there, Brandon.
it was, you could have missed a great hug between the two mayors. It was great. But it really, all kidding aside, that shows what happens when communities working together for the common good, what can happen. So again, recognizing the Woodmere, the new council there that was able to get that through. And all you have to do is drive up and down Brainerd now. Every morning you see people walking both ways from Woodmere to Orange. I'm sure they're going to Pinecrest and the opposite. So that's something I wanted to reiterate. Also, a congrats to our own Judd Klein, who moved into his new house. I walked by that the other day. It looked very nice. And I wasn't able, again, last week I wasn't here. I want to express condolences to our Lieutenant Mike Roberts on the passing of his father a couple weeks ago. His dad had a long career in civil service, and son is following well in his footsteps. So our condolences out to Lieutenant Roberts on that. And that's all I got.
all right, thank you. Mr. Klein,
It's true. I have moved into the new house and you're all welcome to come by anytime you want for a visit. It's still kind of a work in progress, but it's getting cooler by the day. And I thank you for all of your kind comments about it. The planning commission did not meet this past Tuesday because of the holiday. We'll meet in 2 weeks hence, and we'll have probably a very large agenda as a result. The Racial Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Committee is scheduled to meet on the 20th, and we're looking forward to that with some discussions on a number of items that have been hanging over the summer. I want to wish everyone to be well inscribed as we go through these days of awe, as they're referred to as the time between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and wish everyone a happy, healthy new year. And stay safe and be well and healthy. And that's all I got.
Thank you. Mrs. Vincent?
Thanks. My internet cut a little bit when Judd was talking, so I think he mentioned the Ready Committee. Just if anyone else has any agenda items, please get them to us in the next week. I want to do a shout out to Anna as we are in the final stages of the coupon book. She's always so helpful in helping us build it and put it together. So I just want to give her a shout out. Thanks for getting that together for us. In school news, the Orange Lions won last Friday's game against John Hay. Woohoo! We're proud of all of our Orange Village residents who are on the football team who helped bring that victory home. And in fact, our quarterback played so well, although he's not an Orange Village resident. He was nominated for the Player of the Week. Out of 50 different athletes, he came in 4th overall in the Athlete of the Week poll. So congratulations to him. The Fox 8 performance was a huge success. I hope some of you tuned in. This week's halftime performance will include Brady Middle School 8th graders performing with the high schoolers. It's supposed to be a great night for football, so hopefully you'll come on out and cheer on the team and the bands. The next school board meeting is on Monday, September 13th. And since we—
Wait, Stacy, don't they have a meeting this Saturday?
I think that's, it's for—
Is that a private retreat?
It's not private. I mean, it's open, but it's a retreat. Yeah.
Yeah, their agenda is pretty hefty.
Yeah. Since we sadly missed out on Salute to Orange, which is one of my favorite events, and we are marking this big anniversary on Saturday, I just want to take this opportunity to once again do a shout out and a thank you to all of our first responders and healthcare workers for all you do to keep our community safe and healthy. I'm grateful for all of you. And as they say in the news business, there's a little kicker story, and I don't know if Brent's going to chime in on this one or not, but Orange Village got a shout out at the Indians game on Monday night when the Little League Fan of the Week was announced as a young boy named Zach from Orange Village. So I just didn't know if that happened to be one of our council people's sons, but Zach from Orange Village, way to go. You got us recognized at the Indians game. So that was pretty cool. And I just want to wish
that's
everybody—
my son or not. I didn't hear anything about that. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, so they didn't give a last name, so I didn't know. But congratulations,
my
Kim.
son, my son Zach's a little too old to get a shot.
So some Zach in Orange Village, congratulations to him, and Shana Tovat, everybody. Thank you.
All right. Well, quick and dirty. I like it. I'll make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Anna, if you could call roll, please.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Comet,
Yes.
Charnes,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes, I actually did want to say one more thing, by the way. Just, I know previously spoken about in person versus whatnot, but, you know, obviously with everything that's going on, I think everyone in council would agree it's probably not the best time to go back to in person yet. So we will continue to evaluate down the road. Good night.
What about candidates night on October 7th?
And if we can't do it in person, we're going to stream it.
Okay. But
I mean-
this decision hasn't been made.
Will the candidates be live at the?
Yes, we will have the
Okay.
candidates in person.
Okay,
I'm sure we'll have some people, but if we don't feel it's safe, we'll just advertise it as live streamed.
okay.
All right, Steve is cringing that we're talking after we adjourn, so.
You're not talking village business.
I didn't know if you were cringing.
You're
or-
talking candidate stuff, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
All right, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.